Okay, we're back in business, and we're back afloat. We're back with just me today, because we got to have this little one-on-one time. And I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you are joining me and spending your time with me. Thank you so much. I couldn't ask for anything better. Well, maybe I could, but I'm not going to. Okay? And right here today we got ChatGPT, a very good friend of mine. And I've asked it to ask me 50 random questions. I said, give me a list of 50 questions to answer. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know at this very moment, because I don't know if the robots are going to take over or ChatGPT is going to take over and we're all going to die from ChatGPT or not. So unfortunately or fortunately, I have had quite a bit of conversation with ChatGPT. And ChatGPT knows me quite well. Maybe a little too well. So it's asking me, I believe, because I skimmed through them. I did not look at the questions. These are a bunch of random questions. They are classified, okay? They have classifications to them. And they're a little bit personal, but not very personal. I'm gonna answer these questions. ChatGPT asked me the questions. I'm gonna fucking answer them for you, okay? And you're gonna like it. I hope to God. I pray to Christ that you like it, and I pray to Christ that you subscribe. Okay, here we go. Personal growth and mindset. Here are 50 engaging questions to answer during your solo podcast. That's it. Me today. It's just me today. Here we go. Personal growth and mindset. Oh, here we go. We're already off to a great start. What's something you've learned recently that changed your perspective? God dang, I should have looked at these questions before I answered them. That recently changed your perspective. I'm going to have to go with, just people in general. Just people in general and how I interact with people. It changed my perspective of myself. Really. Because, we all have a perception or a perspective of ourself that lives within us, that we see ourselves, but not often do we get to know what other people think about us, because they're not going to tell us the truth. They want us to feel good. Thank you for making me feel good, but no thank you, because you're not being real with me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's something, just interacting with a bunch of people and just understanding where other people come from. Because if you know people, you can read people. If you read people, then you can understand their perspective. And their perspective on you is not always your perspective of yourself. Okay, next question. How do you handle failure and setbacks? You just learn from your mistakes, man. You make a mistake, you learn from it. Don't make the same fucking mistake twice. I've made that mistake before. Twice. And more than twice. Often. So don't be like me, please. What habits have you made the biggest difference? What habits have made the biggest difference in your life? Oh, just adding a bunch of responsibility to myself. Of course. And that's good habits that you can learn as well. Pick something, go with it. Get some habits. Get some good habits. Always be putting responsibility on yourself, even if it's too much. And learn what too much is. Okay, we're off to a great start. This is fun, is it not? Please fucking follow along with me. How do you stay motivated when things aren't going your way? Well, things aren't always going to go your way. And most of the time, things are just not going to go your way at all. But that's okay. You got to look at the bright side. Stay optimistic, man. Come on. Stay optimistic. Where the fuck is your head at? Get the fuck out of the Downy dump store and take yourself over to the clinic of fucking greatness. Strive for greatness. And that's what keeps me motivated and keeps me going because I'm striving for greatness. I'm going to have to get a Zen. BRB. We're back. We got the, look at this. It's not Zens, it's Velo. Velo nicotine pouches. This is not a fucking paid sponsorship, by the way. I just so happen to like these. Maybe they'll pay me one of these days. Please. Here we go. The last question that we had was, let's see, how do you stay motivated when things aren't going your way? Man, I'm just striving for greatness. If you're striving for greatness all the time and shit don't go your way, you always know that there's greatness that you can strive for. And you always know that there's different shit that you can do. If shit don't go your way, then it ain't meant to go your way. Or you made a mistake and you need to persevere. Keep on going, dog. You dig? So that's how I do it, man. If things ain't going your way, make them go your way. Or move the fuck on. It's all good, dog. It's all good. Optimism. What's a piece of advice you wish you had taken earlier? Don't do drugs. Stay in school. No, I'm just kidding. Probably don't spend your money on stupid ass dumb shit. Stay out of debt. Don't spend your money on stupid ass dumb shit. Write the fuck down. Write that the fuck down if you aren't taking mental notes. Okay, you need to be listening. This is some good shit. This is some good. I'm giving you free game right now. Some people pay for this shit. Okay, and maybe the sponsors will pay for this shit as well. Hopefully, please. Thank you. Okay, how do you approach self-discipline? Man, that's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a tough one, especially just getting shit in order, like getting the things done that I need to be done, that I need to get done. That's a big one, man. And you need to do that shit too. Stop procrastinating. Procrastination, man. How do you approach self-discipline? Procrastination is one of the biggest fucking obstacles that come in my way. And whenever it comes to self-discipline, I just know that I'm striving for greatness, like I said, like I answered the last question with. If I'm striving for greatness, man, I'm just thinking that shit ain't gonna do itself. And if I am gonna be able to do this shit, I gotta be self-disciplined. So should you. Get your shit together, man. Come on. Get your fucking shit together. What's something you used to believe that you no longer do? Ooh, what's something that you used to believe but no longer do? Man, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Something that you used to believe that you no longer. There's a lot of things that I used to believe that I knew everything, but now I don't think that I know shit. Like whenever I was a teenager, I swear to God, I thought that I knew everything. I thought that I knew everything that there is to know. And just the older that I got, the more that I learned, the less that I knew. And I know that's a general answer, but it's true. You know, you don't know everything, and neither does anybody else. Everybody else don't know shit. And you don't know shit, but you know yourself best. Ain't that right? Can I get a round of applause? We haven't set up the applause thing yet, but I'm gonna set that shit up, so please bear fucking with me here. How do you balance confidence and humility? Well, I think with confidence, true confidence, I think that you got humility there too. You know that you ain't you know that you're cool and shit, but you know that you're not perfect. How about that? How about that as an answer? Just know that you're not perfect, you know? Confidence can come from, your belief in yourself, but if you got too much of that, I was thinking about this the other day, a big ego. I used to have a really big ego, And it used to be portrayed as confidence, but it was coming from a place of insecurity. Right now, I believe that I have true confidence, which is I believe in myself, but at the same time, I know that I'm not perfect. And that's okay. That's all right. I'm still striving to be the best person that I can be. Hopefully you are too. So, don't have a big ego about shit. Be confident, but have some humility. Just know that if you step in the room, you're not the smartest person in the fucking room. There's people in that room that are smarter than you. Maybe. It's a possibility. But just know that there is smarter people out there than you. And it's not just about smarts. We're not just talking about smarts here. We're talking about in general. You ain't always the best. And you ain't always going to be the best. There's always going to be people out there that are better than you. Right? Maybe. I don't know. Who knows what the fuck I'm talking about? What's something that you oh, I've already answered that fucking question. Maybe let's get my shit in order. What's a fear you have overcame, and how did you do that? I was going to say a fear of dying. I was just about to say that. But, I mean, who really isn't afraid to die? You don't know what the fuck's at the end of that table, and you don't know what's on the other side of that door. Or maybe you think that you know, but do you really? I used to be afraid of the dark whenever I was a little kid, and I used to be afraid of monsters and ghosts. But now I'm friends with monsters and ghosts, and I overcame that by being cool as fuck, right? Okay. How do you deal with self-doubt? Don't doubt yourself. You deal with self-doubt by, if you're in a predicament and you are doubting your decisions, you either stand on business or you take a step back and you think about the actions that you're about to take and how it's going to affect you and the others around you. That's how you deal with self-doubt. You think to yourself, you take a step back and you're like, is this really the best thing that I can do right now in this point in time? And that's what the fuck you do. If you don't do that shit, you're going to be doubting yourself and you're going to be like, oh, did I make the best decision? Did I do this? Did I do that? Just be confident. Have some confidence. Believe in yourself and make the right decisions. Think about what the fuck you're going to do. Okay, the next category we got here is creativity and art. Great. Thank you, ChatGPT. What inspires your art the most? What inspires my art the most is children. And not on no Diddy shit either, okay? And not on no Michael Jackson shit either. Even though there was no proof with the Michael Jackson shit, okay? All right, let's clear that up because I fuck with Michael Jackson. But I don't know if I fuck with Diddy. Okay, and whenever I say kids, I'm talking about the pure creativity and the pure creative freedom that the children have. That's the way that I look at it. That's what inspires my art the most, is because whenever I'm painting or whenever I'm doing anything artistic, I want to have creative freedom and I want it to be the best that I can offer, sparking thought through diverse entertainment, sparking thought. Whenever you look at it, it's not just about thinking about it. It's just looking at it and enjoying it. It's enjoying the moment. It's enjoying whatever the fuck you're looking at, man. Or whatever the fuck you're doing. Just enjoy the shit. And stay free. Okay, I hope that answers that question. How do you stay creative whenever you're in a rut? Well, you can use the rut to your advantage whenever or I think that it's talking about more or less like creative block, like a writer's block, but with creativity in general. Just thug that shit out, bro. Or take a break. Either one. You can either thug it out and just pull through it. Sometimes if I don't feel interested in creating something, but I want to do it anyways, I'm like, man, I want to do this, but like my creativity is just blocked off for me. Sometimes I'll either take a step back and just give it a break and just go back at it later, or I'll just go do it anyways. And, either way works. Either way really works. Because if you just go at it, if you're in a rut and you really just go at it, then you start to figure out that you're not really in a rut. And it's a psychological thing, man. Psychological thing. Get your fucking head together, bro. What's the most important lesson you've learned about being an artist? Man, just stay free with it. Fuck them other people. Fuck what they got to say. You know what I mean? Important lesson, and very important lesson is that, like, what people have to say about your art is not necessarily true at all. At all. Seriously. People's opinions about art ain't shit. Seriously. I mean, I think that there's like definitely a balance that you got to have between people. And like, I think that if you're doing it, like as an artist, you also want other people to enjoy your art. You don't want to be the only one to enjoy your art, because what's the fucking point? That's just selfish, bro. I make art that I enjoy, but I also try my best to make art that other people enjoy and that other people will get a kick out of. That's what I do. I like to do that. And I think that what other people have to say and their opinions about my art or their opinions about me is not necessarily true. It's just like what they think they believe about you. It's not what is really true, you know? And that goes back to like having a balance between like what you think about yourself and what others think about you. You know, the biggest lesson is definitely like, if I make something that I like, I'm definitely trying to get other people to like it. But at the same time, if they don't like it, it's okay. It's definitely okay, because there's other people that like it. There's other people that's going to like it, you know? And I think that that's a big lesson too, because there's a lot of paintings that I have that people will come in here and they'll be like, oh my God, I love this piece so fucking much. I want to buy it. And then there's other people that will see the same art and will be like, oh, I do not like that at all. I actually really hate that. And I don't get that often. I don't get, because generally people like my art for the most part. Some people hate it. Because like I said, it is like about creative freedom, and I do put a childlike touch to my art. So, you know, if you don't like the messy shit, then don't buy it, man. Don't buy it. If you don't like art, don't fuck with it then. You know, go to somebody else. Sorry. How do you define success as an artist? Man, that's a really good question. That's a really good question, because there's different aspects of it. I think that like success as an artist could possibly be financial success through art, and you know, just in like a popularity contest. Of course, you can guess that. You can put that in the category of success, you know, financial and popularity. I think that's a good measurement. That is definitely a good measurement. But at the same time, like, success, I think, as an artist is like, it's not just, do you like the art? Do you enjoy the art that you're creating? But I think it's also, does other people enjoy the art that you're creating? Because if they don't enjoy the art you're creating, then what the fuck are you doing it for, bro? Are you just doing it for yourself? For your selfish ass self? Are you? Or are you not? Hey, I think that we're going to put this, little hat on. I think we're going to fuck with this little hat. Yeah, boy. Yeah, let's get that thumbnail in here. Happy fucking birthday. It's not my birthday, but it's my birthday every fucking day. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. How do you handle criticism of your work? I think that I've already explained that shit, so I don't think I'm going to explain it furthermore. You either like that shit or you don't. Just make sure that you make shit that other people like, because if you don't, you're just fucking selfish, man. You're just selfish. Think about other people. Maybe. Or don't, you know. Art is freedom, bro. It's freedom. And art imitates life. Or life imitates art. Fuck it. What's your process for creating a painting from start to finish? Layers, bro. Layers. Layers on layers. We pop a layer on it. We pop a layer another on it. Pop another layer on it. Layers, bro. Layers. Squares. For me, it's the squares for me, dog. The Barcentennials. How has your art evolved over time? I started off with like really messy shit, like something really messy, and then it's still a little messy, but it's more controlled. It's like controlled chaos. I do more minimal work now. I like to have things very minimal, but a lot going on within it and very chaotic within it, but it's controlled. So controlled chaos. That's what we're at right now. It was chaotic, now it's controlled chaos. So I hope that answers that question. What's your dream project? Man, just getting this shit in art museums. That's a big one. Dream project, art museums. If you could collaborate with any artist, past or present, who would it be? Any artist. Man, I'm probably going to have to go with Louis Vuitton himself. Louis Vuitton. That's what we're going with right now. Or Picasso, but that's a fucking, that right there is a bullshit ass answer. That right there is a typical answer. Mainstream ass answer. What's a misconception people have about being an artist? That we're all fucking crazy. And maybe there's a little bit of truth to that, but, and narcissistic. Crazy and narcissistic. Crazy and narcissistic. That's just not necessarily true. I am a little crazy, maybe a little bit narcissistic, but hey, I'm not completely either one of them. And, the big misconception is that we're both. And you know what? Fuck that shit. I don't fit in the line with other artists. I'm just an artist of my own. Okay, here's business and Wholehearted Entertainment. Fucking subscribe to that shit, please. What's been the biggest challenge in building your brand? Just making people aware of it. Because people don't know you exist. People can't fuck with you if they don't know you exist. You know what I mean? Just getting people aware of it and just getting it out there. Promotion. Marketing. Man, marketing. I think that I'll fall short big time in marketing. I think that I need to get my shit together whenever it comes to marketing. I do a little bit here and there, but there's more that I can do, and I just don't do it. I feel like I ain't got the time, or I'm procrastinating. Fuck. Okay, how do you market your art and business? Very little. Right now, as of right now, very little, but we're going to work on that, okay? We're going to work on that. And it's just getting yourself out there, using social media to my advantage, and all that bullshit. What's one lesson you've learned about entrepreneurship the hard way? Is that you got to pour all your fucking spare time into this shit. You got to pour all your spare time into the bullshit. There's a bunch of bullshit in the back end that you got to deal with. You got to deal with the money aspect. You got to deal with the people aspect, the building relationships. You got to deal with the, you got to deal with just doing the shit, man. There's a bunch of shit on the back end. A lot of y'all just see the surface level shit, but there's also bullshit in the back. It's like an iceberg. You know what I mean? You see the tip of the iceberg and it's like short, but then the bottom of it, it's like the roots of a tree, man. It's like the roots of a tree. There's a bunch of bullshit that you got to deal with that people don't tell you about. But you'll find out. You'll find out quick, bro. And that degree ain't going to help you with that. But it may teach you some shit. I ain't gonna sit here and shit on people with degrees. I'm sorry about that. I ain't gonna do that. Some of y'all are smart. Some of y'all ain't. Okay. Okay. Let's see. How do you handle the business side of being an artist? Man, just building relationships. Building relationships for sure. That's how you handle that shit. If you got good relationships with good people, and you got good business relationships with good people that are good in business, then I mean success ain't that far away. That's how I look at it, you know? I think that if you handle your shit properly, smoothly, and with an agile way of looking at things, just being productive, you know? You know what I mean? That's how you handle that shit, man. That's how you handle it, man. Just get with your finances and get to advising, okay? What's your vision for Wholehearted Entertainment in the next 5 years? Just thugging this shit out, man. We just thugging this shit out, man. We're seeing where it goes. I got the vision. I can't lay it out for you right now. I can't. It's all on paper. I can't lay this shit all out for you right now because it's classified, okay? But we're going to say that we're doing good things. We're doing big things, and there's going to be big things to come in the future, okay? What separates Wholehearted Entertainment from the other media brands? Well, here at Wholehearted Entertainment, we are a multimedia entertainment company. Therefore, we strive to put out media, okay? Whether that be content or, personality-wise. You dig what I'm saying? We got SKYLER Jarvis. Shout out to SKYLER Jarvis. SKYLER Jarvis! We got him with us, and we hope to get more people, a few more people, maybe if I could deal with the workload. Sometimes it's stressful, man. Sometimes it's stressful. There's a lot of shit to it. And there's a lot of shit to making this shit happen that you don't see. Like I said, the tip of the iceberg, bro. The tip of the iceberg. Get your mind right. Get your money right. And don't mess around with the other shit. Don't mess with the bullshit, man. Just get straight to it. That's the way that I look at it. What separates us? It's just that we're great. We're great. Here at Wholehearted Entertainment, we make shit happen. We make shit happen over here, bro. And we plan to put out content that strikes thought through diverse media and entertainment. Okay, we're entertaining, bro. We're entertainment. Come on, that's what this shit is. It's entertainment. Don't be fucking baffled. How do you balance creativity with making money? Man, that's a good question because, like I said, I be wanting to make art pieces, especially art, whenever it comes to art or content, that I want to make. But I think that the problem becomes whenever it's not just what I want, it's what other people want as well. And if you're making shit for other people too, and you're giving people value, then the money will come. The money will come. If you're giving value to people and people find what you're doing valuable, I mean, it's hard not to make money at that point, If you're providing value to people, they're going to fuck with it. And whenever it comes to art, people value art. Why do you think all these art pieces sell for millions of fucking dollars? Why do you think my art even sells? I mean, some of my art, I think, and other people think, ain't shit. Well, I don't think that. Okay, let's be honest. I don't think that shit. But some people think that some of my art ain't shit, but it still sells because people find value in it. People find that it sparks their diverse thoughts. You dig? So, you gotta provide value, Just be creative with that shit, bro. What are some mistakes you see artists making when trying to monetize their work? Like I said, they're just not doing it for the people. They're just doing it for themselves. And that is not a way to go, bro. That is not the way to go. You got to find the balance between doing what you want and what other people want too. The value lies in the value that you're giving other people. And the value lies not with what you value it, but with what other people value it. Because if other people don't value it at shit, then it ain't worth shit. It's just worth whatever you think it is. And whatever you think it is ain't what the actual real value is. Sorry. Think about that shit next time that you do something. Okay? How do you deal with competition in the industry? Man, take it and learn from it. Watch what other people are doing. Take what they're doing and what you like from that shit and what's working from them and use it to your advantage. I'm giving you all my fucking, listen, I'm spitting free game here. Free game. Here you go. You see some shit that other people are doing that's working for them. You take that shit and you use it for yourself. And put your own creative thought to it. And use it to your advantage. And see what they're doing wrong and don't do that shit. Learn from other people's mistakes. You're welcome. What's the best investment you've made in your business? Man, probably just learning for myself and learning about other people. That's probably the best investment that I've ever made, is just knowledge, learning. Just like knowledge in other people and knowledge in yourself. And knowledge in other people is probably the best thing that you could possibly do. It's not a financial investment, it's a time investment. Invest in yourself and the shit will come your way. You're welcome. Mental health and psychology. Fuck, what have I got into? God dang, man, we're on to the next bracket of questions here. How do you take care of your mental health as a creative? Man, drugs. I'm just fucking with you. How do you take care of your mental health as a creative? Man, honestly, it's probably just to stay away from the drugs. Really? Because sometimes they're good in the moment, and sometimes they like weed. You know, sometimes it does help with creativity, and there has been studies that have been found and linked to creative people and drugs. You know, and sometimes creative people have too many thoughts. I think that I do sometimes, and sometimes drugs help it, but in the long run it doesn't. You know, like alcohol too. Like, alcohol's cool and all, and I drink sometimes. I used to not drink at all. But, and I used to not smoke weed at all. But sometimes I do both. Sometimes, every once in a while. It's not all the time, but it's sometimes. And taking care of your mental health, drugs can seem like a good way to deal with it. But sometimes it's not. Just take a step back and... if you're having some issues and you're dealing with some shit, deal with that shit, bro. Deal with that shit. Understand it. Understand yourself. You're welcome. What's a common mental block people face, and how can they overcome it? Wow, this is some good ass fucking questions. A mental block. A common mental block is just like dealing with the shit that they got going on. And then they just don't want to deal with it. That's a mental block in itself. They got a bunch of shit going on in their lives and they don't want to deal with the shit. Just deal with the shit, man. Just deal with the shit. And you'll get that shit worked out, I promise. Just face it. And stop procrastinating, please, for the love of God. How has learning about psychology changed the way you interact with people? It changes a lot, really. Because you start to learn how people are and why they do what they do, and what they do for. And then you start to learn how what you do impacts what they do. And then you can, and I'd hate to use the word manipulate. I don't like to use the word to manipulate, because that's not, that I think that has like an evil intent behind it. But I think that you can do certain things for people to elicit a certain response that you want, and it work out beneficially for the both of you. And I think that that's where it lies, where the sweet spot lies, is whenever you're doing something for somebody else and it helps them, and they're doing something for you and it helps you. That's 100% the way to go about it. I don't think that you're going to have any mental blocks whenever you're doing that shit. You know what I mean? And I don't think that you're going to have any psychological problems whenever you're doing something that helps you and you're doing something that helps another person. And they're doing something that helps you and doing something that helps them. It's a win-win. Look for win-win solutions. Okay? That's the best way to go about things. Shout out to psychology, man. What role, and it helps you understand yourself. Psychology, definitely. Once you start to learn psychology and shit, you start to understand yourself. And then whenever you understand yourself, you can start to understand other people. And once you start to understand other people, you can have good relationships and so on and so forth. It'd be great, fun, awesome. What role does self-awareness play in success? It plays a humongous, enormous role, because You're self-aware of everything, man. You know what the fuck's going on, and you know what the fuck is happening. If you don't have self-awareness and you're focused on other shit, you're going to get caught up in the other shit. You're going to get caught up in the bullshit. Don't get caught up in the bullshit. Be self-aware and understand what's good for you and what ain't. There you go. That's how you handle that shit. How do you handle stress and anxiety? Man, focus on what you got going on, bro. Don't focus on what other people got going on. Focus on what you got going on. The stress, take some time off. I would definitely say definitely take some time off. I wasn't doing that for a while, and it was really getting to me, and it was fucking with me. And so I just thought I'd take some time to myself, and it helped. It helped out a lot. And here we are. Look at me. Look at you and me. We're handling this shit together. Handle the stress and anxiety, Just stay calm. Stay calm. Don't think too much about the future. Don't think too much about the past. Learn from your mistakes from the past and think about what you can do in the future to prevent those mistakes that you made in the past. You're welcome. What are your thoughts on therapy and self-help? Self-help definitely goes a long way. But therapy, I'm still on a, shaky route with there. I've never took therapy. I've never had therapy. Just if you're a good listener, other people will listen to you too. Fucking shit. Who the hell is calling me now? Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm so sorry. Therapy. I know people that have taken therapy that said that it helped them. I've had people that said that they taken therapy and it didn't help them. To each his own. Depends on what you got going on. If you got some shit going on with yourself, maybe you need to step up to the plate and you need to figure that shit out for yourself. Or maybe you need other people to help you figure that shit out for you. It's up to you. To each his own. How do you maintain a positive mindset in a negative environment? The glass is half full, bro. Come on. Basic optimism. Basic fucking optimism. It's going to be good. Everything's going to work itself out in the long run. You're welcome. What's your perspective on emotional intelligence? We gotta bang this shit out. Come on. We're running out of time here. We're running out of time. What's your perspective on emotional intelligence? Well, in reality, there's no way to gauge emotional intelligence and there's no way to gauge it, You either know people's emotions or you don't. You either understand people and how they work or you don't. I think that's how emotional intelligence works. And the perspective on it, from my perspective, is understand how people feel, and that'll do a lot to help you. Just understand that shit. Get your fucking mind right with emotional intelligence, with yourself and with everybody else. Oh, fuck. How do you set boundaries with people? You got to know what the fuck you want first. If you don't know what the fuck you want, how are you going to set your boundaries? Say, this is my line. If you cross that line, then there's going to be consequences. And those consequences may not be like, I'll fucking off you or in your family or some shit. No. The consequences will be like, here's the boundary. If you keep crossing that boundary, then I'm just not going to give you any more of my time. And I'm just not going to fuck with you no more. So set that boundary from the beginning of a relationship. Or, maybe it keeps happening and you just got to set the boundary. And if it keeps on happening, then you just got to be like, yo, this just ain't going to work out. How do you deal with burnout? Just take some time to yourself, bro. I already said that shit. Society, culture, and life perspectives. We're on to the different bracket. This is the last 10 questions for me. I hope you're enjoying this. Please, dear God, enjoy this. What's something about society that frustrates you? Just people not getting along. I mean, people just having different beliefs on shit and then just being like, hey, I don't fuck with you because you got different beliefs. I mean, yeah, I understand that because you want to have a group of like-minded people with you. But at the same time, just be understanding of other people. People just ain't cool. That's what frustrates me. People just ain't fucking cool. You dig what I'm saying? People ain't got common sense either. That's what frustrates me. The thing about society today is that most people ain't got fucking common sense. So they don't know what the fuck's going on. And, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Get your fucking shit together, please. How do you think social media affects people's mental health? Man, whenever you're seeing the best of people all the time on your social media and you're always on social media, then it's definitely going to fuck with your head because you're like, hey, these people are having a great time. But really, and I think that I know this shit the best because I take pictures and shit and take videos and then I make whatever the fuck is going on look amazing. But I know whenever I look back on that experience, I'm like, damn, we had a great time. But then whenever I think about it, I'm like, did we really have that good of a time? Or did it look like we had a good time? And that's what it all is. In social media, people are just going to show the best of themselves. So they're not going to show the worst of themselves. They're not going to show their flaws. They're not going to flaunt their flaws. You dig what I'm saying? So, I mean, of course it's going to fuck with your health, fuck with your mental health, because you're looking at other people and you're like, damn, why is my life not as good as this? Why does my life not look as good as this? It's because they're not showing the flaws, bro. That's why. Come on. That's how that affects your mental health. Think about it, bro. What's your perspective on chasing money versus chasing passion? If you're chasing passion, your money will follow along with it. Maybe, if you can monetize it good enough. Get your business right, bro. Get your head right, get your money right, get your business right. How do you think people should approach relationships and friendships? With a good mindset? Duh. These are fucking easy questions. What's one thing you think people overlook about personal growth? The time that it takes and the effort that it takes. That's what they fucking miss, is that they'll read the shit and they'll understand it, but then they don't apply it, man. Knowledge is power, but powerless if you do not acknowledge it. You dig what I mean, dog? Okay. How has technology changed the way people interact? People been interacting through technology too much and not having good human interactions, which that's what the fuck we're made for. And I think that the technology has came in the way of interacting with other people efficiently and effectively. So, I think that's a big part of it, Start to fucking understand people and start to like people, not just the people that you see on your phone, bro. That's what the social media. Get off your fucking phone and start to actually, enjoy other people's presence. You're welcome. What's something you've learned from a book or a podcast that has stuck with you? Just everything, probably from 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and everything from How to Win Friends and Influence People. And 48 Laws of Power. Those are the books that you need to read. I think that everything from those books have stuck with me. I've read those books front to back several fucking times. And I think that everything in those books are very, very powerful, and you need to learn that shit too. Stop wasting fucking time, man. How do you approach the idea of legacy? You live forever. I have a great idea of legacy. See this tattoo right here? It says, for those of you that don't see it, it is on my bicep, and it says, live forever. Live forever with a cherub. Or an angel. It's a baby angel. Live forever. That's my idea about legacy. What are you doing now that will imprint you in the world after you die? That's what legacy is, man. And are you doing stuff in your life that is going to leave a legacy and make people remember you? Or are you just going to be a fucking chump? Which one is it? If you could go back 10 years, what advice would you give your younger self? Man, don't do drugs, bro. I don't know about that one. I haven't did hard drugs, so, I'm going to tell you this now. Don't do the hard drugs. I didn't do them, so neither should you. But I did the cool ones. I did the mind-expanding ones. You dig what I mean? Go back 10 years. What advice would you get? Just don't spend your money on stupid shit, bro. I think that I've already answered that. What's one thing you want listeners to take away from this episode? Man, just be fucking cool, bro. Just be chill. Leave your fucking legacy and get off your fucking ass. Do something with yourself. Do something with your life. That's all I gotta say. And this is gonna be a wrap for this episode. I fucking love you. These guys fucking love you. This bear here loves you. This chicken here loves you. And this other chicken here loves you. We fucking love the hell out of you. Peace.